Ladies and gentlemen, uh, I welcome you back to our project, and this is where we left the project. We finished the roof. That was the last part we did. We finished the roof. We created a floor for our house, and today we promised that we shall be doing the facades. By facades, I mean modeling the house and giving it a beautiful looking facade. Is basically the outside part of the house, and we are going to model this today. If you have just started watching this video, this is actually the fifth episode or the fifth part of our video, and it seems to almost be the last part of this video because today I feel we should model this house and finish the project so that we can look forward to the next project and see how we can have another set of beautiful modern design. So yes, today we are going to start straight away with modeling. So this is the face of our house. If you span around, we have this as the face, and we really have to make this face look so appealing and beautiful and modern. And as I promised you, we shall learn sweep, extrusions, and much more of the facade tools. So let's straight away start with the extrusion. So I want to create some kind of shed here that will extrude outside just like a veranda. So we are giving a veranda to the whole face of this side. So what we can do, if you want to use extrusion, you come to architecture. From architecture, you go to components. You click on this drop down. Instead of place in component, we are going to select model in place. So when you select model in place, you look for generic models. So you can just click on G. It will take you to generic models. So you click OK. Then you can label it the way you want. For example, you can say this is the face pots. The face pots. And then you click OK. So we are going to start with extrusion. Let me click on extrusion here. This is extrusion and it is a solid extrusion. After clicking on extrusion, you have to set your plane. You can either click on it like this, then you click on pick plane. After picking a plane, you just click OK. Then you have to now pick the plane. That means you highlight on the surface where you want to draw your extrusion. If it has highlighted like this with the blue lines, you can click on it. And then you can start drawing now. So what I'm going to do, I first want to draw an extrusion on this side of the house. So I'll draw something from here up to down like this. And then of course you can give it your measurements. For example, what we have drawn, if you see here where the cursor is, it is showing the depth is 150 millimeters. So that is exactly what I want, but I don't want it to cover the whole surface here. So I'm going to offset some parts. So I'll come to my pick lines. I'll click on it. Then I give it an offset of 100. So I'll just now pick these lines. You make sure you zoom well so that you can see what you are doing. I'll offset this. And then I'll offset this side as well. I'll offset all round. You will see what I'm trying to achieve. And then I will trim off the parts that are not aligning. I believe by now you now understand the trim tool very well. This one will connect with this. This will connect with this. So I have my extrusion that I wanted to draw. So I'll just click finish edit mode. And then I finish modeling. So let's see what we have. This is what we have created. I just wanted to create this part so that this wall appears as if it is cut in this one from a certain depth inside. So that's how it will appear. But then we're going to draw another extrusion to create our porch or the veranda. I think we shall create something that is 1.5 meters. So back to the drill, you click on architecture, you come to components, click on model in place. It is asking for us to save this project. I will ignore it. Then I will look for generic models. Then I will click OK. This time I don't want to rename it, because when you keep renaming, you will rename and really get tired. So I've selected extrusion. This time, instead of clicking on the set, I'll just click on the drop down. I'll pick plane. I don't want to go inside to pick the plane. So I'll draw an extrusion. Let me use this tool. I'll draw an extrusion just above this door. I'll draw it here all the way to this surface, all the way here. Let me see, I'm going to cancel this. It seems I picked the wrong plane. I'm not so sure, because I'm not understanding the behavior. Supposed to, okay, I think I picked the wrong plane. That's what happens if you pick a very wrong plane. So you make sure you really pick the right plane so that you can achieve your target. So we shall come to components, model in place, click on look for generic models. I'll click OK. Then I want extrusions. From extrusions, you set the plane. After setting the plane, you have to pick the plane. So I'm picking this. Then I can start drawing with any of those tools. So I'm going to draw it again and see. So now this time it is drawing it well, as I expected. So let's give it a measurement. That is the thickness. I just want this to be 100 millimeters thick. There. Then I will just click here. I'll tick on this. But then before I finish, I'll say I need a depth of 1.5 millimeters, something like that. Then I'll finish modeling. When we look here, this is what we have achieved. This is what we have drawn. And the good thing with extrusion is you can easily drag it. For example, I can say this. I want to drag it like this. See that? It will just drag it, and it really does. It makes life easier, and the purpose is really to create models that are free-form. So you can draw anything you want free-form, as long as you know that it is achievable when it comes to the construction bit. So you don't have to just again draw something complex because you are enjoying extrusion. So yeah, this is what we are going to draw. So I will bring it here so that it touches this wall. So now that we have this hanging extrusion in here, we need to create something that will be able to hold it, because we're going to give it material. That means this will be a casted model. So we need to make sure we create something like a pillar to hold it. So we shall also make a nice pillar here that will again be extrusion. Let me use this plane again. So we go to architecture, then component, model in place, generic models. We say okay. I'm still going with the extrusion. Then I want to set my plane. Then I pick this surface. I'm still highlighting. You have to highlight until it shows you the surface you want to work on. Now it has highlighted mine. I'll say okay. Then I'll use this. I'll create a pillar from here up to down, up to down. So this pillar has to be, because it is a pillar, we need to, this one is 300. I think 300 looks to be okay. Or we can give 250, because I want two of them. 250. Yeah, 250 is okay. Then we can draw another one, or we can just offset this. Let's say we are going to offset, let me first pick line. I've clicked on pick line. From pick line, I'm offsetting a distance of 100, and then I'll just click there, and I need another distance of 250. That is for our next pillar there. So the rest you can just draw with this line. Draw here. I don't know. Hey, I'd forgotten that I gave it an offset, so the offset is still working. So when I pick the line, I make sure there's no offset here. Then I can just draw like this. For extrusion to work, you make sure all the lines are connected and they are closed up. If one line is not connected and it's not closed up like these ones, it will not work. So I'll give the depth of also 250. I think that for the depth, let's give okay, 250 for now. But of course we are going to drag this. You'll see that it will be drawn on the surface, that is the wall. So we shall be able to drag it outside. So it is here on the wall. All you need to do is just click on it. You make sure you can see it like this. So you just pick this part and drag it outside. You drag it up to where you want to really stop. Then you can also drag that part. That is the purpose of extrusion. It really makes life very, very easy when you're modeling your houses. This will have been a bit of work when you're using maybe wall tool, or when you're using maybe floor tool. But with extrusion, it is really simple. All you need is to know what you are doing. But of course, you can do your measurements. It doesn't mean that because you can drag it anyhow, you don't need the measurements. So to remeasure this, you just click on it, then you edit in place here, then you click on it again. It will show you the measurements. So it is showing here the depth is 340.5. So let's give a depth of 350 sharp. Then I will click OK. Yeah, something like that. Then I would like it to really extend a bit higher than this. So I'll just click on it and drag it up a bit. So I've dragged one, then I can just align the next to this one. So I'll go to my align tool, I'll pick the surface of this, I'll bring that one so that they can all align together. So far so good. That's what we have achieved with our extrusion. But of course, I want to also create something on top of these extrusions. But before we go there, I want to create a face, or like something like a surface for this extrusion, because it looks like it's just too thin and plain. So we should create something that will be able to cover it. And this time we are going to use a sweep. It's another part of modeling too that I promised that we are going to learn. So we shall create a sweep all around this, and you will see how it works. So let's get it done. What you need to do, you click on architecture again, you come to components, you click on model in place, you go to your generic models. I will not rename it. Then instead of extrusion, I'll pick sweep, solid sweep. Then for sweep, instead of setting a plane, it will tell you to pick a path. So we pick a path, and the path we are going to pick is this one here. For it, it picks an edge of an element. So we shall pick this path. After picking it, it will give you this point. Before you do anything, you have to tick it. You click on the tick. Then you come to edit profile. When you click on edit profile, you make sure you are at the surface where you can be able to see this edge very well. So you have to click on this thing. You click on it, it will give you that point. Then you click on this other mark here. This it's a triangle, not really triangle. Yeah, a triangle. You click on it, then it will give you this edge. So you can zoom very well so that you can see what you are drawing. So I'm going to draw something like, let's just say I'm going to draw this. Then I'll give my measurements. I want this side to be, let's say 100. Then I'm going to offset this part also by 100. So I'll join this. I'll join this to this. I'll join this to this. Then I'll delete this line in the middle. Then I feel this is what I want to achieve. Then I click OK. You click OK. You finish model. Then you can pan around to see what you have drawn. Now you see it has given a face for our extrusion. At least now the extrusion is not too thin, it has a face. So all we need to do is but the thickness is really much. I don't think I needed this kind of thickness. So I'll click on it, I'll add it in place, I'll click on it again, I'll say I want to edit sweep. So I'll click on this dot here, then I'll say edit profile, and this thing is supposed to be at our front. So you click on this front. From the front you click on this, and then you can bring it here. Then of course now you can do your measurement. So the thickness, I want a thickness of just 100, not 140. 100 seems to even be so big. I want to go with 80. Yeah, so I can click OK, OK, and finish model. Now the thickness is okay, but we need to take it to the other sides. For example, we need it on this side, we need it on this side. So what we shall do, you just click on it again, you add it in place, you click on it, edit sweep. This time you pick path. After picking path, you click on pick 3D edges. Pick 3D edges. So now you just pick your 3D edges here like this. Then let me see this other side. I also just pick this. Then I click OK, OK, and finish. It will draw it all round, as you can see. So now we have given our extrusion a face using sweep tool. Mostly these things are casted, they are modeled in place. If you see these modern houses, you will be able to see a lot of these kind of designs. For now, we have not given them any materials, but let's give a material to this so that you see how practical it is. So you click on it, you come to edit in place, you click on it again. It will, from this panel, this property panels, we have material here. You click on this by category, just the way you created a new material for your floor and for your wall. You can create a material for this, and then you can rename it maybe front pillar, something like that, anything you want to call it. And then we come to our appearance. I want to give it a stone finish. I'll look for stone. Most times people use stones. So we have stones here, we have wall covering. Let's look for, first of all, this marble. Let's see if we can get a nice one. I don't like these ones. Then let's see granite. Granite. I think I like that. Let me see this. I think I'll go with this. Add. Okay. Let me try this. Because I really want a black stone. I think for now I'll go with this first one, so that we see what we have. Okay, and finish. Now that we're in a realistic mode, my computer is complaining. So now here you can see the material. It is stone and it's black. You see that? But I still want this thing to extend up a bit. I'm going to drag it up. Then I'll align this surface with this one. Yeah, something like that. Then for this I'm going to also create strip around them, because I want their, I think for them we can just create a floor instead of a strip, because I just want to create something on top of them. So when you come to the ground floor, you'll see these things here. These two pillars, they are here. Now what I'll do, I'll come to architecture, I go to my floor, then I'll choose floor architecture. I'll just offset, I'll pick line, then I offset maybe just let's say 50. Let's see how big that will be. I think 50 will be big. Let's say 10. We're going to offset 10 all around, all around. And then of course we need to cut some things here. We have to cut this. We cut this so that we can join them. We can join this to this. We join this to this. Join this to this. This to this. But you realize this flow is not going to be like our normal flow, and it is not supposed to be at this zero offset. So this wall has to be on top of those pillars. So for now, I'll just say I want these walls at 2000 2 meters high. You click OK. And then you go to a 3D. You realize they're here. They're still here. So we need to bring them here. You can align this using the line tool. For example, if I come here, if I click on top of this, then I come to this and I click the base, it will take it up. It will align it here, as you can see. Very simple. I hope it was simple for you to align that to the top of the pillars. So that's what I wanted to achieve. This side, we need to create something that looks nice for this side. What I am going to do here, let's see what we can do. Now at this point we need to think, we really need to think of the kind of designs we want to create. I'm going to edit this extrusion we created first. I will edit in place, because I want to design some, I want to give it some design. So I'll create, let me create just one line. Let me just create one line here. Okay. Then we're going to offset this line. Let's pick a line. Then we offset, let's say we offset in 100. We offset in this line 100. Then we're leaving a gap of let's say 200. Leaving a gap of 200. We offset in another 100. That's how you do design. You have to now think of what to do, and this is where your power of design will be seen. something like that. Then I'll of course close them up. I'll close this to this, close this to this, close this to this. Of course here we don't have to forget this closes with this, this closes with this one closes with this. Of course we have given it the thickness of 150. So when I finish this, we shall have something like that. See that? But of course we want it a little bit in the middle, so I can just, you realize it will move with this one because we edited this in place. So for you to achieve the best result, you need to know the distance here to here, and then you measure it well so that you draw this thing perfectly in the middle. So I am going to really edit it again. Then I click on it, I edit extrusion. I'll draw, for example now, I can just highlight on this. Then I say copy. I'll pick here, I'll drag it by 200. And then I'll drag it again by 200. So I can keep dragging like this. I give it 200, 200 until I feel it's enough for me. 200. So yeah, I guess that is enough. So when we see here, I will now delete some of the rest. These ones that so this is where you have to be keen, because when you forget one line, it will not accept. It will keep disturbing you until you find that spot that has remained unconnected. I believe this one is in the middle. I finished, and yeah, something like that. Then we can give it a wood material. So I'll edit it in place. Then I click on it again. I come to category. I'll choose another material. Creating a new material. I'll say wood material. So we have to look for wood here. The number of wood options, there's a wood, there's siding, paint. I think we shall just look for wood paint. Click on that. It looks, but the color, anyway, let me see if I can change. You can actually change the color from here. So we need to give it kinda a wood color. I don't know if this is a wood color. Okay, let me assume this is a wood color. Let me apply. Okay, but of course it is not showing for us that color, much as the material looks like wood. If I come to shaded, everything will be black. Let me go to realistic, but I want this thing to look real like wood, so we're going to edit it in place again. click on it. I come to the material, then this time I want to look for wood, real wood. So we are looking for wood. When I click on wood furnace, let me see this. Okay, so we're going with this. I am going with this. Yeah, that one has given us some kind of wood feeling. Then of course this wall, I want to change the color of this wall because the wall itself is not giving us some kind of vibe. That wall, I'm going to edit it in place. I'll edit. We're going to give it some paint. We're giving white. Okay, this exterior paint, I want it to also be white, just like the interior paint. Interior paint, I'm looking for interior paint. Interior paint. Yeah, so I want it to be white all around, so that can have that. So one thing changes everything. And then of course we can give our sweep a color so that it gives the house a different touch. Maybe we can give it gray. We go to material, then we're looking for a gray. We're creating a gray material. Rename it gray material. So in our appearance, it's already showing gray. Let me just go with this and see. Apply, okay, and okay. So yeah, we have that gray material. So I guess we are doing something, and you are learning something from what we are doing so far. Then this side, we're going to create I want to create, let me see what is here. This side is a bedroom. I guess down here we can create in the living room we can use a curtain wall here. So if you want to create curtain wall here, you just after clicking on the wall like this, you come to this part, click on it, then you choose isolate element. So the element is here. Now this one will affect, of course it will affect our window. For now we have to go to, let's first restore temporary isolate. Then I'll go to the ground floor. I'll delete this window. Then I'll delete this window. So we shall have something like this, a plain surface. Then I click on the wall. I come to this icon that looks like a mirror, a glass. So we shall isolate this element. Then we want to create a curtain wall around here. So we shall have to split this wall from the part where we want to create a curtain wall. So this is 4.5. Let's move a bit. 4.7, 4.8, 5 meters. I'll split it there. So this part that we don't want, we shall go with this. This is what we want to change to curtain wall. But then before we change it, we also have to cut some parts here. For example, from up, these walls are, I think let me see the size, the height of the wall. Okay, down here we shall chop 400. Let's just chop 400 down. Then up we leave 2.7. And then of course this side we shall also have to give some wall. I'll chop here 600, then here 600. Now you will click on this wall that you want to turn to curtain wall. You come to architecture. From architecture you come to curtain grid. Before even you go to curtain grid, let's first cancel. And then you click on it. You come to architecture. You go to wall. Then from the wall you look for curtain wall. This surface has to be active. The surface that you are going to turn into wall has to be active. And then when you are in the wall menu, you come and look for curtain wall. It is here, curtain wall empty. There's yeah, we shall just click on this curtain wall empty. Now it will turn this wall into a curtain wall, but without any grid. So now we shall create grids for this. We shall come to our architecture. We say we want curtain grid. You click on this curtain grid. From here you can now start giving it a grid. Let's say I want a grid here 600. This side I want 600. Then up I want 2 grids from 300, another one here 200. Then this side I want grid 300, then 200. After giving your grids like this, you can say you are giving it the mullion. The mullion will basically create what? It will create grids all around the grids you have created. If I click on all grid lines, then I just click here, it will create that. If I come to this icon of temporary isolate, I click on it and restore everything, and we see what we have created. Now you see here our curtain wall has been created. But of course now it will affect what? It will affect our extrusion. What we need to do is we shall take the extrusion up so that it doesn't touch our curtain wall. So we can even align. You can just come to the top of this. You go to, of course, you can click on any surface. You come to align. So I'll pick let me see where I can pick. let me use tab. Okay, I'll pick that surface, then I align this to it. Yep, let me see if it is aligned. Yeah, it has come though, but I want it to be really up here. I'll align it again. Let's click on this. I need this surface. I hope it will work. Here you need to get the correct surface, otherwise it may not work the way you expect. So I guess I may use this surface. I will use this surface there. Now you realize it has become big, so it's just a matter of now you clicking on you can also align it to this surface, the extrusion surface, I mean the sweep surface. So when I click on this and this, to take it up. You see that? Then these ones I can just drag them up. Drag. That is the freedom extrusion gives you. You can drag things to new position without so much hassle. Something like that. You see that? So we have created our curtain wall. I don't know if we created it in the right place, but yeah, we have created it here. So this one now will of course give a lot of natural light to the room, and our target was to create a nice surface around this place so that it looks nice. And then now here you can use your curtain inside to cover it so that people don't see inside your house. So I want to create some extrusions here from this part and this part. I don't know if I should do it for now. And of course we also want to design this side. This side is what is it? It is a bedroom. Now you'll have to design this according to the rooms, because each room will have some bit of privacy, and the design you are going to give it should not over reveal what is inside, just like this. But since this is the surface or the face of our building, you need to really design it well so that it appeals to the eye. So I'm going to drag these ones up a bit so that we still have what we wanted to achieve. It is wanting me to so this is 4.2 high. Then of course I can just drag this. So yeah, I believe you are understanding something. I'm a bit going very fast because I believe most of these things are just the way you do other normal modeling. Just like we created the walls, you edit material. Apart from going to architectural tab, modeling a place, there's nothing new that we're doing here. So far this is what we have. Then of course I need to change really the color of this wall. I don't want this wall and this one to look the same. So this wall will get a different color. So you can edit. I think we created a gray. Did we create a gray? If we didn't create a gray, we're going to duplicate this. So I said this wall will be gray. Okay, and gray. Then we have to edit. We change the materials. We're going with the gray. We want a gray wall, or the gray material anyway. Gray material, just a gray material. So we shall go with this gray. Even the interior, I'll look for the gray we just created. It was gray matte. It is here. We shall go with it. Then okay, and okay. So now this is what we have, but I think the gray has to be for the others, for this side. Then this one, they have to switch really. I think they have to switch. So I'll click on this. Then from the wall tool here, now we have already created the main walls. You can come and look for them from here. There's this main wall. To change it back to default. Then now if I choose this, I come to the gray wall to give us that gray. Then of course you realize these walls have been cut into pieces because of the curtain wall. That's what normal happens when you are creating a curtain wall. You cut your walls in order to achieve what you want. I'm going to hide this. If you want to hide an element, you click on it. You come to this mirror. You hide elements so that you can do some things. It was blocking me from picking this wall. So this one has changed to black. Then of course we need this part. So now if I bring back the other design, restore temporary, we are beginning to get something like that. So we are going to split this wall. We shall need to split it here. We can even do it on the ground floor. When I come to the ground floor, I'll split it here. Come to this two, then I split. Then when I come to 3D, I'll be able to have this wall. Then I can just change it to the gray, like that. So we are trying to achieve something here. And then I think this one has to also be gray so that they are uniform. Okay, the face has refused to turn to gray, so what I'll do, I'll come to this paint. When you click on paint, it will give you this. When you click on this and you paint, it will paint that part. I hope you understood that. The paint I used was this paint of the wall. We created this gray paint. To achieve that, you just click on paint, then it will show you all the paints that you have created when you were creating a new material. So you can just pick any of the paints that you created. For example, if I pick this red paint and I paint the surface of any wall here, it will change to red. See that? Turns to red. But of course we want our gray paint. Where's our gray paint? Let me search for it. Gray material. It was gray matte. It is hidden now. I can't see it. Gray. I'm looking for our gray paint. I can't see it. I don't know where it has gone, but it's okay. Let me first click on this wall. I see the name. It is just gray. Come to paint, then you go to look for your gray paint. It's supposed to bring the name here if you search for it. I don't know why it is not bringing ours. Gray paint. If I use that, they seem to be the same, but the good thing, I did not specify it in when I was creating a new material. I simply just used the generic gray that was there. So that's what we are trying to achieve. I feel I don't like this pergola kind of design. I want to edit in place. I'll click on it again. I'll edit extrusion. I'm going to delete the outside parts. I'll just leave these strips that are up. Delete this. Deleting this off. They are not giving me the looks I wanted, so I'll just leave those ones. Something like that. But of course now I want to extend it up. I want to extend all of them up here. So I am going to give you an assignment. I want you to model this house, and you show me what you have achieved, because I know this video will really take long modeling this, but for today this is what we have achieved, and this is where we are going to stop. So I want you to model this, and in your own style, in your own design, you can go online and look for different kinds of facades and come up with something unique, and then you put it in the comment section so that we can see that you have really been following this. So yeah, this is it for today. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you for sticking around, and please make sure you subscribe and share this with your friends, and we learn together. Once we finish this project, we shall proceed to another one. See you again next time. Thank you.